Now, most of us are pretty much familiar with the A2 Front Sight post. Comes on the A2 Front Sight. Pretty much all your flip-up front sights. But have you ever wondered, is there anything else out there? Is there something that may help enhance your precision shooting, or just something different? KNS Precision has a large selection of front sight posts for the A2 front sight, as well as pretty much most of your flip-up sights. So what do you say, let's step outside the box of the A2 front sight post and see what KNS has to offer. Okay, KNS Precision Front Sight Assortment 7 CNC machined steel sights. Now these are machined from a hardened steel and have a melanite hard coat. As you can see, you get 3 square sights, 3 round sights, and a V reversed V front sight. Well, let's open it up and we're going to take a closer look. Okay, let's take a look at the 3 square posts first. Now the first one up is the .072. Now in actuality this is just slightly thicker than your standard A2 front sight post. Then the next one is the .052. Now that refers to your targeting point. Then the third one is the .034, again referring to the targeting point. Now the 2 smaller points will give you the ability to do more precise shooting as far as at different ranges. Let's take a look at the 3 round posts. Okay, now for the 3 round posts. The first one up is .072. Now that refers to the diameter of the ball, or dot if you will. Then .052, and then .034, which again refers to the basically the dot on the top of the sight. Now the distance from the base to just below the dot is the same measurement as the square sights. So when using these sights, you want to put the dot on the target, rather than as the square sights you would put it just above the square sight post. Now, as somebody who deals with red dot sights, I was curious on this and I talked to KNS Precision over the phone about this. Now, in my opinion, the smallest dot would be equal to, I would say, a half MOA dot. Then the middle one is about a 2 MOA dot. And then the larger one, compared to, say, my Burris XTS 135, that would be about a 5 MOA dot. Now again, that's just my opinion. I did talk to KNS Precision, and they said they didn't intend for it to turn out that way. It's just kind of a coincidence. But again, the size of the MOA dots is my opinion. But for the most part, it's pretty close to it. So, now the larger one will give you, I would say in my opinion, from 50 to 100 yards. You know, pretty good for close range. Then the middle one, the 052, would be good, say, 100 to 200 yards. And then the 034 would be a really good sight post if you're taking those long distance shots, say 200 to 300 yards. So these are really interesting. I like these. Now let's take a look at the last one, which is the V-notch and inverted V sight. Okay, the last one we're going to take a look at is the V-notch and inverted V. Now, as you can see, that's the V-notch. Then, if you would turn it a quarter turn, you have the inverted V. So, this one is a really interesting front sight post, and myself, I think this one's going on the M15. Now, sorry about that, if you have it set with the inverted V, and say you want to switch to the V-notch, you would simply turn the sight a quarter turn to the left, which would put the points of the V where the inverted V point is. Now this would be a really good sight that you could change from a close range with the V to more precise shooting at a distance with the inverted V. Alright, let's take a look at what it takes to put one of these in. Okay, now for the installation. Two things you're going to need: your A2 Front Sight post tool, and I recommend a small screwdriver, and I'll show you what this is for just a second. Now remember that this little detent here that holds your sight in place is spring loaded, so be careful as you're taking this out not to go too far so that shoots out. You could spend a lot of time trying to find it. So we'll place our A2 Front Sight tool on, and this is what the screwdriver is for. This makes removal a lot faster. Push down on the detent and then simply turn your sight out, stopping every so often to see where you're at, and we're just about there. Now if you want, you can count the rotations so you can get it back to where it was if you so choose, or you can just install the new one and then bore sight it in and head out to the range. So we're pretty much there, and there we go. Take out the old one, and now we're going to put the new one in, and we're going to be installing the V-notch inverted V. Okay, now we just have to get it sighted in. It's that easy. Well, just real quick before we wrap it up, I wanted to give you a look as to what the V-notch looks like through the irons. Alright, let's wrap it up. Well, there you have it. A look at just some of the front sight posts offered from KNS Precision. Now, a quick technical note on the front sight posts. To achieve 100% absolute precision with them, your rear sight needs to be able to adjust for elevation. Otherwise, you are limited to the elevation adjustment on your front sight and the windage on your flip-up rear sight. So, if you're interested, I'll place the link in the description below. That is, if you want to step outside the box of the standard A2 front sight post. They're well worth it. Remember, when quality and precision count, get precise with KNS Precision. This is Ethron 1, Be safe, send it downrange, help defend your Second Amendment rights, join the NRA. Till next time, target on.